Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Earthstar Tribrid. I'm your host, Earthstar Tribrid. Today we are doing, I've been pulled to kind of do this one other one, which would be the Atlanta child murders. And I'm actually going to do a part 3 on the Zodiac. This is all going to be done today. So the West Memphis, Arkansas, Steve Branch, Christopher Byers, and Michael Moore were three 8-year-old children that were found murdered in the woods by a creek. And apparently, like, there's a couple documentaries out, like Paradise Lost 1, 2, and 3, Devil's Knot, the West Memphis 3 documentary about the three teenage boys that were arrested, tried, and found guilty, and then later let go because there wasn't enough evidence as they reopened the case and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of speculation that whether or not this had something to do with like a cult type thing, like satanic worship or some stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of go into exactly what happened. I asked if they wanted to come forward because a lot of the times, even if it is an unsolved case, if they don't want me to bring them forward and have messages come out or anything like that, I will respect that. So off camera, I asked, did they want to come forward and get some messages out and trying to figure out who committed the murder? They said yes. I'm like, I completely understand if you don't want me to, and it was like, no, do it. And I was like, you want me to do it? And it was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So we are going to work with them. Show me yes, please. Show me no, please. Am I speaking to the All High Almighty? Am I speaking with Jesus Christ? Am I speaking with anyone else other than the two of you? Yes. Am I speaking with Steve Branch? Christopher Byers? Michael Moore? Anyone else? No. So I'm speaking with the five of you. Yes. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to ask how many suspects were involved with your actual murder? 1, 2, 3, just 2. So 2 people were only involved with your murder. How many people other than you 3 were involved with the murder? Like there's the ones that did it and then the ones that were involved with it. 444 on the clock right now. 1, 2. So 1 involvement, meaning 1 person that was there but didn't do anything. They just watched. Okay. So how many people, other than the 3 of you, how many people in total were part of your murder, whether they actually did it or were just witnesses? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 people. Were they male or female? Suspect 1. Male, female. Suspect 2. Male, female. Suspect 3. Male, female. So they were all 3 males. Okay. So I have my suspects here. So were the 3 teenage boys the ones that did it? No. So Jesse Miss Kelly? Was Jesse Miss Kelly one of the suspects? Yes or no, please. Jesse Miss Kelly. Jason Baldwin. Okay, now I wanted to, okay. Which one of these were the actual people who did it? Because they were considered suspects. But did they do it? Did Jesse Miss Kelly do it? No. Jason Baldwin. No. Damien Eccles. No. It's my favorite color, red. It's my favorite animal, the whale. It's my favorite animal, the cheetah. Is my favorite flower, roses. Okay. Was it Chris Morgan? Brian Holland? The guy from Mr. Bojangles? Terry Hobbs? John Mark Byers? Ricky Murray? Okay, so you're telling me that did the three teenage boys have anything to do with your murder? No, they did not. The three guys down here, the ones that are related to you, did they have anything to do with it? No. The three guys here, do they have anything to do with it? Yes. Okay. Oh my God, confirmation. All right, so Chris Morgan, was he one of the people that did it? Yes. Brian Holland? Yes. Mr. Bojangles guy? Yes. Which one of them committed the murder? Chris Morgan? Brian Holland? Mr. Bojangles? He witnessed it. Yes. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, so these three, Jesse Miss Kelly Jr., Jason Baldwin, and Damien Eccles, because they were considered like atheists, they thought of them as like, oh, they're devil worshippers. This was something done for devil worship. They have been proclaiming their innocence on this like since the beginning. Now, what's interesting is that these two, they left. They fled to Oceanside, California, which is interesting because Oceanside is another place that was also involved with the Zodiac. So Oceanside City or whatever, that was also involved with the Zodiac. But these two literally fled and went there, and they were picked up by police. Both took polygraph that detected they were being deceptive. Okay, now this guy, Mr. Bojangles, was a black male suspect that was mentally disoriented and went into, we call him Mr. Bojangles because this was a restaurant called Mr. Bojangles, okay? And this guy, this black male suspect came in and in the bathroom had blood all over the wall. So this is shortly after these three boys, Steve Branch, Christopher Byers, and Michael Moore, were found murdered, okay? That is crazy. That's crazy. Do you swear upon Jesus Christ's name that you are telling me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. So Chris Morgan, Brian Holland, and the guy, Mr. Bojangles. Okay. Again, were the three teenage boys involved? No, they were not. Any of the parents or step-parents involved? No. These three guys? Yes. So, did the guy from Mr. Bojangles, was he part of the group? No, he just saw it. Yes, he witnessed it. Okay, but these two were the ones that actually did it. Yeah, because I kind of figured, I'm like, listen, there is no way that just one person could have done this, because these are three boys. There's no way one person could have done this, because at least one of those boys could have ran away. There had to have been at least two or more that actually were a part of doing what they were doing, because these boys, I saw the documentary. It's very graphic, guys. It's extremely graphic. These boys were tied up, wrist to ankle, okay? and they were mutilated. I'm not going to say exactly how they were mutilated, but they were mutilated, okay? Was the mutilation done prior to your death? Yes. Is the mutilation done after death? No, this was done before you died. Oh my God. Again, I'm not going to go into detail exactly what was done. If you really want to know, again, I'm going to tell you right now, it's extremely graphic. Like I cried. I was just like, oh my God, like I can't even imagine. So did, okay, so these two, did they know Mr. Bojangles guy was watching? Yes. Was he originally part of the group? No. Okay, so when they noticed that somebody was watching, is that when they left? Yeah, like they ran away? Yeah. And the Mr. Bojangles guy, was he already mentally disoriented prior to seeing what happened? No. So what he saw was what messed him up mentally. Oh my God. Okay. I need a pen. Alright, so Chris Morgan and Brian Holland committed the murder. Black suspect, we're going to call him Mr. Bojangles, witnessed it. And that is what caused him to be mentally disoriented. Okay. Did Chris Morgan and Brian Holland lure you guys into the woods? No. Were they already in the woods? Yes. Did they just okay, like so they saw you walking your bikes, or were you riding your bikes? Were you riding your bikes? No, you were walking your bikes. Okay. And that's when they approached you? Yes. We'll call them CM and BH. Approached boys while they were walking their bikes. Okay. So were they friendly at first? Yes. They were friendly at first to you guys. And when did it turn dark? When you did they follow you, or did you follow them somewhere? Did you follow them somewhere? Yes, to the creek. Did they follow you? No. They were friendly at first and had you follow them to the creek. Willingly? Okay, so, all right, so they approached you, they were friendly at first, and once they got close enough is when, did they pull out a knife or a gun? Knife? Gun. Did both of them have a knife? No. One had a knife, yes. Who is the one that had the knife? Chris Morgan? Brian Holland. Okay. Men approached friendly like. Once they were close, Chris Morgan pulled a knife and forced boys to follow them to the creek. Did they tie you up prior to the creek? No, they tied you up at the creek. Did one of you try to what? Right. Okay, so there was two on one side of the creek, and then there was another on another side, on the other side of the creek. The one boy that was on the other side of the creek, did you try to run but were caught? Okay. Who caught you? Chris Morgan. Brian Holland. Okay. My phone just went off. Which one of you tried to run? Steve Branch, Christopher Byers, Michael Moore. Michael Moore is the one that tried to run. Hold on, let me just verify real quick. It was Michael Moore, yep. However, a key theory in some investigators' affidavits and discussions surrounding the case suggest that one of the boys who were on Michael Moore was the boy who went on the other side of the creek. He reportedly went to check out something when the other two boys, Christopher Byers and Steve Branch, stayed behind. No, he tried to run. He tried to run, and he got caught. Okay. So that verified that Michael Moore was the one that tried to run and was on the other side of the creek. And he got caught. Who was the Mr. Bojangles? Hold on. Did you see how high that went? I just looked at. Okay, while Bojangles is a popular chain, searches and official location finders do not show current Bojangles in West Memphis, Arkansas. However, they have locations nearby Arkansas towns like Little Rock and further east in Tennessee, Memphis. So you need to, okay. So why do they call him Mr. Bojangles then? I don't get that. Okay, so go away. The night of May 5th, 1993, the West Memphis Police Department got a call from Bojangles Restaurant. Yet the complaint was that an African American male had entered covered in blood and mud, had appeared to be confused. The report stated that the man had gotten blood and feces on the floor of the women's restroom and there was blood on the walls from his arm. The restaurant was a mile away from where the children were found, and the call came in at 8:42. The man was never identified or found, therefore he was dubbed Mr. Bojangles. The West Memphis Police Department took blood scrapings, but the scrapings were lost somehow and never recovered. It has been speculated that Mr. Bojangles could be responsible for the murders. A hair belonging to a person of African descent was found at the crime scene, but since the blood samples from the walls were lost, there was no way to know if the hair is from the same person. This shit's getting crazy. What was Mr. Bojangles doing? Was he part of the group? No. Was he just walking along, like taking a stroll? Like, was he fishing? Did he go fishing? Was he just taking a walk? No. So he was going fishing. Was he a homeless man? Did he have a home anywhere? Was he transient? Transient. Yeah. Transient means somebody who moves around a lot that doesn't really have a place to go. So he was. Was he already kind of mentally disturbed? And when he saw what he saw, did it really royally mess him up? Yeah. Is he still alive? Is the Mr. Bojangles man still alive? Yes, he is. Is he dead? No. What about Chris Morgan? Is he dead? Brian Holland. Is he dead? So Chris Morgan has passed on. Has Brian Holland passed on? No. Okay. We're going to see if I can clarify that real quick. So, all right. So when the two men, Chris Morgan and Brian Holland, saw that there was somebody else who was witnessing the murder, is that when they ran? Yeah. Did the Mr. Bojangles try to help the three boys? Yes, that's why. And the fecal matter, because okay, so keep in mind, like when people die, their body usually dispels everything out of the body. Like it literally just goes on. That's like if you were to shoot somebody in the head, they usually piss themselves, and they'll defecate on themselves. Okay, is that what happened as to why he had fecal matter all over him? Yes. But he was scarred. He was very, very scarred when that happened. And that's another thing. He dealt, because he's a black homeless man. If he would have stayed, he would have been in trouble for the murders. Correct? Yes. Yeah. He knew that if he would have stayed, because he's a. Keep in mind, this is back in the early '90s, and this is in the South, Arkansas. Like he would have been caught for the murders. Like if he would have stayed, they would have blamed him for it. So he ran, and unfortunately, these three boys had their whole lives taken from them. Oh, you motherfuckers going down. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. All right, Chris Morgan. So on May 15, 16, and 17, police in Oceanside, California interrogated Christopher Morgan, age 19, and Brian Holland, age 20, two Memphis residents who had driven from Tennessee to California a few days after the murders. Both Morgan and Holland repeatedly denied any involvement in or direct knowledge about the killings. Both failed polygraphs. Christopher Morgan later testified at the Baldwin Echoes trial with the jury absent that his interrogation lasted 17 hours over two sessions, that Oceanside police never read him his rights, and that they kept him locked up even though he was supposedly not in custody. After 13 plus hours of questioning, Christopher Morgan got angry and said, "What do you want me to do? Lie to you? I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie. I killed him and all that other bullshit. I don't know how he did it." Immediately afterward, according to Morgan, "I may have told them that. Are you happy?" And he, detective, said, "Is that the truth?" And I said, "No." Later, Morgan said, "Well, maybe I freaked out, then blacked out and killed the three little boys, and then fucked them up." Ooh, I'm not. Okay. He asked for a hypnotist to check this blackout possibility, but insisted, "I've never hurt anyone intentionally." Bro, are you freaking kidding me? Wow. California police sent blood and urine samples from Morgan and Holland to the West Memphis Police Department, but there is no indication that West Memphis Police Department investigated Morgan or Holland as suspects following their arrest in California. The relevance of Morgan's recanted statement would later be debated in trial, but was eventually barred from admission as evidence. Okay, on the night of the murders, as parents and police were searching for the missing boys, a strange event occurred at a nearby fast food restaurant called Bojangles. A black man, apparently dazed and covered in blood and mud, had staggered into the restaurant. He went into the ladies' room where he stayed the better part of an hour as the evening shift workers prepared to close down for the night. The man had blood on his face and blood dripping from his forearm, and generally was disarrayed. The youngish restaurant manager Marty King recalled, wearing a blue nylon jogging suit and a cast on one arm. He also had thick mud coated on his boots like he'd been through a field. Water was soaked into his pants up to his knees. King grew concerned as the man stayed in the restroom about 30 to 45 minutes. At one point, King poked his head in the door. Excrement covered the floor, and it was on the man, too. The man, propping himself up, had also smeared blood on the walls. The bloody, dazed man arrived at Bojangles sometimes between 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Bojangles was about 1 mile from the woods where the missing boys were last seen and where the bodies were found the next day. Officer Regina Meek responded to the Bojangles call, spoke to the restaurant employee at the drive-thru window, searched the area for the bloody man, then left. The next night, detectives Allen and Ridge visited Bojangles, talked to Marty King, and took blood scrapings from the bathroom. The bloody man had left sunglasses in the toilet, but detectives didn't bother taking them. Oh my god, dude, man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. What happened to Chris Morgan? So he was 19 at the time. Wait, was he 19 or 20? Yeah, so Chris Morgan, 19, 20. Is Chris Morgan still alive today? Yes. Is Brian Holland still alive today? Yes. Are any of them dead? It's my favorite color red. It's my favorite color blue. So both of them are still alive today. Are they living? Are they still living in the United States of America? Yes. Are they living in the western part? We'll start with Chris Morgan. Is Chris Morgan still living in California? Yes. Is Brian Holland still living in California? No. So Chris Morgan is still living in California, and Brian Holland is not living in California. Is he living in California? No. So we're going to go west, central, and east. We'll worry about north and south later, okay? Is Brian Holland living somewhere out west of the United States? No. Is he living somewhere in the Midwest of the United States? No. Is Brian Holland living somewhere in the east part of the United States? Yes. Is he living in the northeastern part of the United States? No. Is he living in, we're going to go northeast, central east, and southeast, okay? Is he living in the northeastern part of the United States? No. Is he living out in the central eastern part of the United States? No. Is he living in the southeast part of the United States? Yes. So Chris Morgan is still living in California. And Brian Holland is living somewhere in the southeastern part of the United States. Okay. Is he living in South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Mississippi, Arkansas? He's back in Arkansas? Dude. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Huh? All right. So apparently, guys, is there anything more that I can get out about what happened to you? No. So, okay. So is Chris Morgan still alive today? Yes. Is Brian Holland the one? Okay. So I'm talking about the guys who are involved here. Chris Morgan still alive today? Yes. Brian Holland still alive today? Yes. Are any of them incarcerated? Both? Are both of them incarcerated right now? No. Is one of them incarcerated at this moment? Yes. Like, we're talking 3 DUIs. So 3 DUIs are incarcerated. Is it Chris Morgan? Is it Brian Holland? So Chris Morgan is incarcerated at this moment in time. Have they committed other murders? Both of them? Together? Separate? Do they involve people of all ages? Or just children? Just children of all ages? Yes. Is the guy from Mr. Bojangles still alive? Yes. So Mr. Bojangles was a homeless transient. Was he harmed by Chris Morgan and or Brian Holland? No. He scared him off. Yes. And Mr. Bojangles tried to help the boys but realized it was too late. And he also knew that if he stayed, he would be blamed for the murders. Okay, I'm getting a scene. A scene just popped into my head, okay? If you've ever seen The Green Mile, when they thought John Coffey killed those 2 little girls and he tried to stay behind to help them, but it was too late. He said, I tried to help, but it was just too late. I couldn't help them. It was too late. And they blamed him for the murders. And then they put him on trial. They found him guilty and he was put on death row. That would have happened to Mr. Bojangles, the guy from Mr. Bojangles, if he were to stay. Because, I mean, like, look what they did to these 3 little boys. They put them in jail. Why wouldn't they put the black man in jail? Seriously? Come on now. So Chris Morgan, Brian Holland are the ones that committed the murders, but the guy from Mr. Bojangles, the homeless transient, was the one that saw it, I'm pretty sure, like, fucked him up mentally, seeing that shit, and realized, like, I can't help them, they're already dead, and if I stay, they're gonna blame me for the murders because he's a black man and basically in the southeast. Like, it's, hello. But like I said, like when I saw the documentary, I was like, there's no way that one guy would have done it. There had to have been 2 or more. For the simple fact that and like I said, one of the boys tried to run, and that was Michael Moore. Michael Moore tried to run, but was caught by Brian Holland and tied him up. Is there anything more that I can give out regarding to what happened to you? No. Do you have any messages you would like to get out? Yes. Should I roll my dice? Yes. Do you also want me to use the Scrabble letters? Yes. Is this going to be in regards to your murders? Yes. Okay. So they have some messages they want to get out. It's going to be regarding towards the murder. Two, 4, 4, 6, 6. Okay, so closed loop feedback. Okay, so what's coming up right now is an NTK direct fit oxygen sensor. There's something about that involves with oxygen. And it says providing constant closed loop. And we're looking at oxygen here. So I'm guessing, were you guys like strangled or asphyxiated? Hold on a second. Strangulation. Yep. Okay, with the boys dying from blunt force trauma and strangulation. Remember what I said when I type in that number, oxygen comes up and closed loop. So they were deprived of oxygen, so they were strangled. I hate that I can't keep this a secret. I canceled all my food delivery subscriptions and upgraded to cooking. And it's yeah. So that just shows that, did the strangulation kill you first? Or was it the blunt force trauma? The strangulation. Okay. The the blunt force trauma was just overkill. Yeah. Okay. So it was the strangulation. Were you guys mutilated before the strangulation? After the strangulation? Or during the strangulation? During? Okay, so which one is it? After, before, after, or during? Before, after, during. Okay, so, and they did that, did they do that to you guys one by one? Oh my god, that must have been terrifying. I mean, to have it done to you at that moment obviously is terrifying because, like, it keeps you from screaming. It keeps you from screaming, obviously. But to see that happen to one person and know that you're going to be next, bro. So the fact that this is coming out, closed loop feedback, oxygen, that's literally telling me something about strangulation. Something was done to their oxygen. Something was done to them, like, throat-wise. So, and when I looked it up, cause of death was blunt force trauma and strangulation. Blunt force trauma was basically overkill. Do you want Scrabble letters? Or do you want me to roll the dice again? Roll the dice again? Scrabble letters. Do you want Scrabble? Which one do you want done first right now? Roll the dice? Scrabble letters. Roll the dice again. Okay. They want me to roll the dice again, guys. One, 2, 5, 6. Okay, 11256, Brooklyn, New York. I don't know if that's significant, but Kings County. The guy, the restaurant manager, Marty King. His last name was King. Okay. Marty King. Is he still alive? Is he dead? No, he's still alive. With this coming out, are you saying something about New York City? New York, Brooklyn, New York. No, is this about Marty King? Yes. Do you need me to use my Scrabble letters? Yes. Okay. got money twice. 11, star, cardinal. Green is stability, money. We got air and money. We got air and earth out here for money. Do you need me to pull out more letters? Yes. Not looking, not looking, not looking, not looking, not looking. We got Gemini, another air sign. We got the number 5 out here. We got summertime. Aquarius. And a plus sign. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. Okay. It's MOGB. I'm hearing paid off. Paid off for what though? If he was paid off, because that's a lot of money coming out. Money. Something about money. Something about money. Something about money. My feet got really cold. Cold feet. I'm getting cold. My feet are really, really cold and I'm hearing cold feet. And we got NY here in New York again. Payout. Got payout. MGR. Also manager payout. double. We've got double money here. We've got trouble. In trouble. Wow. Okay. DBL, Disability Benefits Law. Payouts for employees primarily in New York provide partial income, usually 50% of your average weekly wage for non-work related illness, injury up to state set maximum, but can be enriched after a waiting period for up to 26 weeks, replacing lost wages while you're unable to work. Payouts are processed through your employer's insurer, requires claims forms, and are subject to taxes, with benefits typically paid out every 2 weeks after eligibility. In trouble. I'm saying I just typed in his name to see if anything comes up. Okay. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay. So West Memphis 3 trials, the Jesse Miss Kelly trial, January 26th through February 4th, 1994. Marty King, witness for the defense, February 1st, 1994. All right, so what I'm going to read to you is basically like a play-by-play of what was said in court. Hopefully it's not going to take too long. All right, the court. Have you been sworn in? King. No, sir. The court. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matter now depending before the court, so help you God? King. Yes, sir. The court. How long have you been in the courtroom, sir? I saw you get up in the back. Was it just for the last witness? King. Yes, sir. The court. Just been here since noon? King. Mm-hmm. The court. All right, you may proceed. Come on around. Direct examination by Stidham. Question. Would you please state your name for the court? Answer. Marty L. King. Question. And where do you live, Mr. King? I live in Forest City, Arkansas. Where did you live on May 5th of 1993? Answer. In Crawfordsville, Arkansas. Question. And where is that located? Answer. 8 miles this side of West Memphis and Marion. Question. Were you employed on May 5th of 1993? Answer. I was employed for Bojangles restaurant in Missouri Street. Okay. Question. Okay. Were you on duty the night of May 5th, 1993? Answer. Yes, sir, I was. Question. And did anything unusual happen on that night? Answer. Yes, sir. There was something unusual that happened that night. Question. Was it the night of the homicides? This was the night of the homicides, correct? Answer. Well, I remember reading about it in the evening paper that the boys were missing. Question. Tell the jury what happened on the evening of May 5th in Bojangles. Answer. Well, about 9:30 that night, a customer came into the restaurant. It was a lady and her daughter, and they had ordered some food, and being in 30 minutes before closing, I told them that it would take a few moments to get their order prepared. The lady said that she would be right back. She was going to take her daughter to the restroom, and she came back within a minute around the corner. I thought something was wrong, so I asked her, and at that time she said there was a black gentleman in the women's restroom, and I thought it was kind of strange, so I said, well, I'll go check on it. And he was there in the restroom with his head in his lap. Question. Describe what you seen when you entered the women's restroom. Answer. Well, above the commode on the wall, there was a forearm imprint of blood along the wall that was around the toilet where the gentleman was sitting. Question. Did you see anything else in there besides blood? Answer. Well, I spoke to the gentleman and he raised his head and was kind of disarrayed. He also had muddy feet, wet up to his knees, and he spoke, but I just was checking to see if he was all right, asking him to leave the building. Question. Did he comply to your request? Answer. Well, he said he was all right, but he did not get up. Question. Okay, did he subsequently leave? Answer. He left approximately 15 to 20 minutes later. Question. What did you do after you asked him to leave? I went and called the police department to maybe have this gentleman checked out and ask him to leave. You know, with an officer there, someone would leave more freely than just someone asking him to. Question. Did the West Memphis Police Department respond to your call? Answer. Yes, they did. The officer never got out of the car, just came around through the drive-through window and asked me what the problem was, and I said at this time the gentleman had already left and was walking. Question. Okay, did the officer ever come into the building? Answer. No, sir. Okay, what did you do with the mess? Well, we couldn't leave it, so we had to clean it up. We drug a water hose around that's as big of a mess as it was on the floor and proceeded to wash and clean up the restroom. Question. Did you find anything in the restroom that this gentleman left behind? Answer. Well, in the toilet he had tried to flush a pair of sunglasses down. Fogelman interrupting. Your Honor, unless he knows that he exactly tried to flush the sunglasses, now it's one thing if sunglasses were just there, unless he actually knows that he was trying to flush. The court. Where did you find the sunglasses? They were in the toilet. Okay. The court. All right. By Stidham. Do you have any reason to believe that they belong to this gentleman? Well, they were not in the restroom before he entered, and with the bowel movement that he had all over him, the seat, the floor, and everywhere, there was nothing to the toilet except the sunglasses when I went in there to clean up the mess. So it leads me to believe that he tried flushing it. Was there anything else that he got blood all over besides the wall and the stall? Well, he had some blood on a toilet tissue roll where he had tried grabbing for it and it was discarded in the waste can. Okay, did you make any attempt to try to preserve the roll of toilet paper for the police? No, sir, I did not. Okay, did you ever hear from the police again? After that night? No, sir. Now an off-duty police officer came to the restaurant the next morning and that I'm acquainted with and was getting breakfast, and I told him about it and we looked at it and he said, well, just leave it alone. And he left that he was going to tell somebody about it. This is going on for a little bit, but basically from what it looks like, I don't know, there's nothing in here that I'm seeing. This is going to go on for a while. Okay, the more I go down, the more this is loading up. Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything, but you can look this up online if you really want to read all of it, because I thought there wasn't that much, But as I kept scrolling, the little scroll bar gets smaller and smaller. So I'm like, okay. Okay, so it looks like it's saying in trouble. Is the manager in trouble? Yes. Is he in trouble with the police at this moment? No. Will he be in trouble? Yes. Does he have a disability payout? Is this a disability payout? Yes. So he's going to be in trouble with the police. Is a disability payout illegal for him? No. So he's no longer working. Okay, so he's no longer working. He's collecting disability. Is he staying in New York at this time? Yes. The manager? Yes. Does he know more than what he has been telling us? No. Was he also paid to keep quiet about what he knew, what was going, like what he knew? Was he paid to be quiet? No. So he's, okay, so the DBL is about his disability, what's it called? Disability what? Disability benefits law. So this was, is the double payout something that he was paid off? No. The payout is due to disability. Yes. Okay. Is he considered to be in trouble? Yes. Is he in trouble at this moment? No. Will he be? Yes. Is there any more messages within here? No. Are there any messages within these things up here? No. Okay. So that's revolving around King. But we got Gemini and Aquarius out here. 11 and 5. That's crazy. This is crazy. Another incense guy. Okay. Do you need me to roll the dice again? Ooh, that just flickered. Yep, they want me to roll the dice again. What else do you guys want to tell me? 2, 2, 4, 4, and 6. The number 22446 can refer to the Indian Railways train. There's a train again. Train and the Invicta Watch. Unstoppable. And we also got Virginia here. Is this involving one of the suspects? The 3 teenage boys? Chris? Brian? Bojangles guy. Okay. Did he catch a train somewhere? Yes. Was it that night? Yes. Oh, this is swinging hard. Is he now residing in Virginia? Oh my God, this thing is swinging super, super fast. Okay, he is now residing in Virginia. Is he still homeless? Yes. Okay. Oh my God. So the Bojangles guy basically stowed away on a train that night after he left Bojangles and is now residing in Virginia. Did he go to Virginia that night he left? No. Is he, at this moment in time, is he residing in Virginia? Yeah, my throat's all itchy. Do you need me to pull out Scrabble letters? No. Do you want me to roll the dice again? Yes. Whew. 2, 5, 5, and 6. Okay. Alright, so 3 things are popping up right now. We have furniture, and we have the Invicta watch again. Okay. And I'm also seeing Salt Creek. Is this involving the creek you guys were found at? Is this involving the creek that you guys were found at? And the time that were the time of this happening, or the time if you were found? Time you were found? Time that this has happened. Okay. Do you want me to pull the Scrabble letters? Yes. What would you like to say regarding the time of when you were at the creek? Okay, we got air. We got Cancer. We got Earth. Fire, fixed fire. We got money. Question mark. And winter. And the number 4. And the number 2. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. W. So this is involving the time. Four 2. 4:20. 4:2. 6 p. Okay, they reportedly went missing around. Okay, so their parents reported them missing around 8 p.m. that evening. And I'm getting 4 and 2. I mean, 4 times 2 is 8, but 4 plus 2 is 6. And we have p.m. Oh, that's p.w. p.m. And it definitely wasn't a.m. because I think that was like school. They were still in school. The boys were last seen together that afternoon, reportedly going for a bike ride in the wooded area known as Robin Hood Hills. Their parents reported them missing around 8 p.m. So it was a 4, 2. At what time did your murder happen? 4 p.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 6 p.m. Was it in the a.m.? Was it the p.m.? Were you murdered around 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m.? Okay. So they were murdered. Oh my goodness. Murdered around 6 p.m. 4 plus 2 is 6. And their parents reported them missing around 8 p.m. I also got wet. Are there any more messages within here? So around 6 p.m. Okay. And when I saw the furniture is not what came out to me. It was the fact that creek was there. They said discovered in a drainage ditch. Did you guys consider it a drainage ditch? No. Did you consider it a creek? Yes, because kids don't know that. It's just a creek to them. So around 6 p.m. is when you were murdered. Is there any other messages within the Scrabble letters here? No. What about the cancer and water? No. Okay. Do you need me to roll the dice again? Yes. Okay. Am I getting something more for your murder? Yes. Are these general messages? No. For your murder. Okay. I'm doing the roll of dice here. What else would you guys like to tell me about what happened to you during murder, or before your murder, during your murder, after your murder, whatever it is that you want to tell me? 2, 4, 5, 6, 6. Demographics. Okay. Virginia. Is this regarding Virginia of Mr. Bojangles? The guy from Mr. Bojangles? Yes. Does it have anything else? No. Would you like me to get the Scrabble letters? Yes. Okay. Apparently, Mr. Bojangles, or the guy from Mr. Bojangles, is somewhere living in Virginia. Not looking. We've got Earth, Mutable, Cancer, 10th house, Leo, exclamation. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? Yes. We got spring, autumn. Okay. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. Move these out of the way so that way I don't put these back towards me. Feet got cold again. Again, that's giving me cold feet. Like, this guy had cold feet because he knew. The thing is like, I understand why he didn't come forward, because if he did, they would have put him. See, the boys, yes, the teenage boys, Miss Kelly, Eccles, and I forgot the other guy. But those teenage boys, even though they were on, I think death row or life imprisonment, I don't know, but they were lucky to get out. They were very lucky. This man, the Bojangles guy, if he would have went, he would not be so lucky. He probably would have been executed. Because remember, the Green Mile, they executed John Coffey. Sorry, spoiler alert. So I understand why he ran. But he saw what happened. He saw what happened, so he could give more clarity on it. However, depending on how messed up he is right now, it will depend whether or not how liable of a witness he would be. I'm getting Virginia. I don't have another N, but I don't have an N out here, but I'm getting Virginia. I'm getting Ran. TGIF. TGI Friday. And there's a TGI on Friday. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TGI Fridays in Virginia that's popping up right now. So we do have VA, Virginia. Okay, we have a Royal. Now, when I'm looking at these places, I mean, he could work there. He could be homeless near there. Again, we're getting food now. We got fry cook. Okay, a fry cook at TGI Fridays handles deep fryers, making items like fries, wings, and mozzarella sticks focusing on speed, recipe adherence, and safety. Hot oil for a busy restaurant with typical pay around $14 to $17 an hour, depending on location and experience. Ten, 10, 10, 10, 10. I'm seeing the number 10. Hold on. I'm getting ID. Fake ID. You could be under a fake name, like a fake alias. Because we got fake ID. Fry cook, TGI Fridays. I mean, because nobody knows where this guy went. So he could be a Leo, he could be a Cancer. Spring, Earth. He was a witness in the spring. He went because this had they DOB I meant DOD was May 5th, and that's considered springtime because summer doesn't start until June. Autumn 10, October, that's autumn. He could have started this job in October. This could have happened. Is he a fry cook at TGI Fridays in Virginia? Did he start this job in the fall of this year? How long has he been working at TGI Fridays? More than a year? More than 2? More than 3? More than 4? More than 5? More than 6? More than 7? More than 8? More than 9? More than 10? More than 11? More than 10. So more than 10, more than 11. Nope, more than 10, but less than 11. Okay. Apparently, he's been a fry cook for more than 10 years, but less than 11. Whether this has been something he's been working at TGI Fridays for the last 10 years or not, but most likely probably under a fake alias, a fake ID. And I'm getting Virginia a lot. Virginia came out twice. And when I saw this, okay, I was getting more like this. So he might have bad teeth. Like he probably has bad teeth. Does he have bad teeth? Does he have good teeth? Does he have good dental hygiene? No, bad dental hygiene. Yes. Yeah. Bad oral, bad dental hygiene. So it probably has bad teeth. Is there any more messages that are in this right now? No. Do I need to get out any messages in the colored blocks? No. Do you want me to roll the dice again? Yes. What else do you guys want to tell me? One, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we got the watch again, the Invicta watch. And we also got... Huh. Okay. Well, we got children. Okay, so we got children here. Okay, we have children looking at a chalkboard that says 11,345, like written out, like the actual numbers, and then written out in words. Then we have a house in Los Angeles, California, and it said, I forget which one it said, but one of the suspects, the one that committed the murders, is living out in California still. And then we got time, again, the watch. Is this involving one of the suspects living in California? Yes, well, that was a confirmation right there. Does time have something to do? Are they serving time in Los Angeles, California? Yes. Chris? Brian. So Chris is serving time in Los Angeles, California. Or just California? Just California? Los Angeles. Okay, just California. So Chris is serving time in California. Does it have something to do with children? Is it murder? Pedophilia? Yes. Okay. Do you need me to pull out any Scrabble letters? No. Do you want me to roll the dice again? Yes. Bro, this is getting wild. 111 on the timer. All right, here we go. Don't fall. Okay, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. The train again. Naval. Nuclear propulsion. Okay, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 most commonly refers to the Darjeeling Mail Train in India, a daily service connecting major cities like Howrah And I'm sorry, I am butchering these names so bad, but I'm not here to pronounce things correctly. I mean, I'm just giving messages. Known for its historic root, but it also identifies Executive Order 12344 Naval Nuclear blah, 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 propulsion and a specific ATCC bacterial strain plus a mouse gene ID. I don't know. But I'm getting male root. Is somebody working as a mailman? Is it the guy from Bojangles? No. Is it Chris Morgan? No. Is it that Brian guy? Brian is working for a postal service? Is he working for a postal service? No. Are we talking about a train here? Okay, so what is significant about, should I pull out letters? Yes, it's telling me to pull out letters. Okay. What do you want to tell me about the numbers that I just pulled? What do you want to tell me about the numbers that I just pulled? My lights about to go out here. Looking. Got number 8. We have Aries. We have question mark. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. Okay. Should I look into Aries in 8th house? Yes. Okay. Okay. Aries in 8th house signifies a personality driven by intense transformation, hidden power, shared resources, money, inheritance, intimacy, and exploring taboos. Ooh. Bringing pioneering, sometimes aggressive energy, Aries, to deep subconscious themes like death, rebirth, and merging with others, often leading to sudden changes, financial windfalls and losses, and profound psychological shifts. Is this in regards to one of the men who did the murdering? No. Is this the Mr. Bojangles guy? Yes. Okay. Okay. And we also got the exclamation and question thing. My feet are cold again. That's crazy. Like, it's off and on coldness. Like, it's like a very painful, like, my feet will be cold, I'm fine, but then all of a sudden, when we get into the Mr. Bojangles guy, my feet get like a painful icy coldness, like a case of cold feet. So he saw something he wasn't supposed to see, but if he would have stayed, he probably would have gotten the death penalty. He probably wouldn't even be here. Deed. Are there any messages within the scrabbled letters regarding this? No. Was it just the Aries in 8th house? Yes. Does this have anything to do with the Mr. Bojangles guy? Brian Holland. Chris Morgan. Did the Bojangles guy only witness the murder? Yes. Did he help in any way? Did he help him in any way? No, he just witnessed. So when it's saying exploring things that were taboo, it's more like witnessing something that was taboo. And the fact that it's profound psychological shifts, it really messed him up in the head. Are there any more messages? No. Do you have any more messages you would like to get out? Yes. Do you want me to roll the dice? Yes. Okay. So the train thing, because he got on the train, that was referring more towards what Mr. Bojangles. So this really messed him up in the head. Okay. One, two, two, four, five. Did I do this one already? No. The train again. We got train. Postal code is Albany, New York. Is this about the Mr. Bojangles guy again? Do you have any more messages after this one? No. You want me to get the Scrabble letters? Yes. Okay. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. Okay, so we got Taurus, Pisces, Moon, which is nighttime, 9, 6. Do you only want me to work with the ones that are up there? Do you want me to pull out any letter, like any messages from the Scrabble letters? No. So just, okay. So Taurus in 9th house. This is regarding to the Mr. Bojangles guy. And then we're going to close out. Okay, so Taurus in 9th house in astrology signifies a grounded, stable, and pleasure-seeking approach to higher learning, long-distance travel, philosophy, and spiritual beliefs, emphasizing practical wisdom, tangible results from education, and enjoying cultural experiences, often finding truth in beauty, nature, and sensory-rich environments, bringing comfort and material appreciation to abstract knowledge. Okay, what I'm strongly getting more out of this is the long distance traveling, which makes sense. He would get on the train and travel far away. Tangible results. That if I'm guessing more right now, like I'm feeling more towards the fact that if the police were to follow my advice, they most likely will find this guy. Enjoying cultural experiences. If he's a transient, then he would get more of that through, traveling all over the place. Nature. This happened out in nature, so he saw it. Okay. Sensory rich environments. I'm not getting that on a positive sense. I'm getting this more on the fact that it's an overload, like a sensory overload for what he witnessed. Because I'm pretty sure what he witnessed was extremely, obviously it's extremely bad, but the fact that he witnessed it, like he saw it. Okay. Taurus in the sixth house in astrology signifies a focus on practicality, sensuality, and stability in daily work, health routines, and service. So he's in the food, often relating to food, nature, and finances in your job. So he's in the food industry. If you want somebody who knows more about what happened to these boys, you need to find the Bojangles guy. You need to find him. He will tell. Don't arrest him and make him feel like he's going to be the one put on trial here. Like, he's not the one that did it. It's these two mother effers that did it, and he witnessed it. And I understand because like I said, I was getting the scene where John Coffey was found holding the two dead little girls, and even though he didn't do it back in those days, he's a big black man with two little white girls, and he was blamed for it. Okay, so this guy is in the food industry. And then we also have Pisces, sixth house. Okay, Pisces in the sixth house means your daily work routines, health, and service areas are colored by Piscean traits: compassion, intuition, potential for sacrifice, escapism. Is okay, yeah. Ooh, okay, Alright, escapism and spiritual artistic bent, often leading to jobs in healing, arts, or helping others, but also risks of overwork, blurred boundaries, and stress-related illnesses requiring strong self-care and grounding to manage emotional absorption at work. This guy, after what he saw, really fucked with him in the head. It really did. I can only imagine. Alright, Pisces in the ninth house. A deep, intuitive, and compassionate approach to higher learning. Philosophy, again, long distance and spiritual exploration, blending Pisces' dreamy and empathetic nature with the ninth house focus on wisdom, broadening horizons and belief systems, leading to a love for mystical subjects, humanitarian causes, and experiences that feed the soul. He's not a bad guy. This guy, the Bojangles guy, is not a bad guy. He isn't. He just witnessed something that truly fucked him up. And to probably carry that with himself for so long. When I'm getting dreamy, when I'm seeing the word like blending Pisces' dreamy, empathetic nature, I don't think there's ever been a time where he has not closed his eyes and seen what he saw. So you're probably looking for somebody who's also an alcoholic or does some type of drug. Which is why, usually fry cooks, they do tend to drink. I mean, anybody can tend to drink, but I can see him being an alcoholic of some sort. But he's not a bad guy with this humanitarian causes here and experiences that feed the soul. He's not a bad guy. And I'm pretty sure that if you were to find him and approach him in such a way, like, hey, we know you witnessed such and such. We need your help catching the guys that did it. What did you see that day? And, if anything, also help get him the help that he needs. And if Mr. Marty King is not on disability, he might be. Because when I was getting naval, there's been a lot of veterans that come back over here from being at war and stuff like that. They're not getting the help they need, and there's a lot of them that are homeless and are transient. I mean, if you ever seen the movie, oh man, Sylvester Stallone plays this war vet that comes back, and he's a transient. He has nowhere to go. He has no home, no friends. Everybody's all dead. He most likely works at night. But yeah, we're almost at 2 hours. That's all I got for this. So just to recap, Chris Morgan and Brian Holland committed the murders. The black suspect, labeled Mr. Bojangles, witnessed it, and that it caused him to be mentally disoriented. Try looking for somebody who was a Navy guy. Was any of these guys in the Navy? It's my favorite color, red. Were any of these guys in the Navy? Chris? Was it Chris in the Navy? Brian in the Navy? Mr. Bojangles? Okay, even if it was a Navy, you're looking for somebody who's a military guy, who's a veteran, who came out and, is basically just witnessed this crap. Did he scare off the guys? Did he try to fight the guys? Was he too late? Did he try fighting the men off? No. Did he chase them off? No. Did the men run because they saw somebody witness what happened? Yes. Was Mr. Bojangles a veteran? Yes. Is he working as a fry cook at a restaurant? This is swinging hard. Yes. Is it TGI Fridays? Yes. Is it in Virginia? Yes. After he witnessed the murders, and was disoriented at the restaurant, fast food chain restaurant, did he leave and hop on a train? This is swinging so hard. Did he leave and hop on a train and moved away from what happened? Did he believe that he would be blamed for the murders? Yes. That's why he ran. Yes. I don't know if you see how hard this thing is swinging right now. With the information that I have given, will they be able to find him? Yes. Does he have bad hygiene? This thing is swinging so hard. Does he have bad oral hygiene? Does he have bad hygiene? Is he considered homeless? No, because he has a job now. Yes. Was he homeless? Yes. So he does have a home now. Is it like some type of Section 8 or a HUD? Like a HUD? Section 8? Yes. Does he have roommates at all? Does he have any roommates? Yes. Is he an alcoholic? Yes. Other than marijuana, does he do any other drugs? No. Does he smoke marijuana from time to time? Yes. But he mainly drinks? Yes. Okay. Do you have any more messages you would like to get out? No. Are we done for the night for you guys? Yes. Okay. Alright, y'all. That was wild. Oh my goodness. And like I said, this isn't supposed to be DOB. This is supposed to be date of death. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Especially share. You know, like, if this will help, you know, the family get closure about exactly what happened to their children, share it. You know what I mean? Get it out there. Alright? I'm going to go check on my kid, make sure he's okay, and then I'm going to see about doing the next one. The next one that we're going to be doing, I don't know if you can see it, the Atlanta child murders, okay? So these are all the ones that were considered murdered by this suspect, which is Wayne Williams. We're going to see if he actually did it. If he did he do every single one that's on this list? If not, like, we're going to go into, like, basically my questions that I have, okay, which is how many suspects involved, male or female per suspect, how many victims per suspect, okay? So stay tuned for that one. I most likely will do that one tonight. And I'm also going to do a part 3 for the Zodiac Killer, okay? Because the Zodiac Killer, apparently there was 2 people involved with those killings, okay? Because I was getting a lot of interference with that one when it came to the height. Like, I was getting average height, and I was also getting tall. So I was just like, what in the world? Because I was banging my little bowl over here, thinking like I was getting so many dark energies trying to come in and fuck with the energy and stuff like that. But as it turns out, the reason why was because I had there were 2 suspects. So whenever I do these things now, I have to ask those questions before I can get into any type of descriptions, because it basically blended both of their descriptions into one. Alright, so there will be a part 3 for that one. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love ya. Bye. Like, share, and subscribe.